Hi, in this video I'm going to show you how to make this cute autumn bowl out of fake autumn leaves. Whether you call it autumn or fall, we all enjoy this season. So if you want to know how to make your own autumn bowl out of these inexpensive fake leaves, then stay watching. I'm going to show you different ways to get whatever effect you're after. I'm Christine of Christine's Crafts, and this channel is dedicated to crafting on a budget. You can get these leaves from all over the place, but you can certainly get them online. Now, as you can see, I got mine locally for £1 here in the United Kingdom for 50 leaves. And that's really the basis of your bowl. You're also going to need some PVA glue. This is a Decor Patch one, but Mod Podge or any other PVA glue will work just as well. And a brush to put your glue on with. You're also going to need some sort of bowl. So select your bowl to be the size and shape of the autumn bowl that you want to end up with, because this is basically what you're going to build it on. And you're also going to need some cling film, some plastic sheet that you can just wrap over your bowl to hold it all in place while you're working. So there are two different ways of going about this. Now the first way is to take your bowl and to cover it in some of the cling film. This will make sure that you don't glue your leaves to the bowl and make them really hard to get off. So just take the cling film and put a single covering over your bowl and just smooth it down so it's how you want it to be. You'll notice I placed my bowl onto a ramekin dish just to raise it up so that I didn't glue it to the table when I get all my glue going. Another method here is to simply take your bowl, like I did here, and apply some sort of grease or oil to the bowl so that the glue will not stick to it. Now, this is not my preferred method, but it works just as well. You tend to end up with a bowl that is a little more loose. The leaves do not sit down so tightly, but it works. It's entirely up to you. So if we go back to the cling film one, what I'm going to show you from now on is the way you do it, whichever method you're using, whether you've greased your bowl or covered it in cling film. You're still going to take your glue and a leaf and start. So simply apply your glue to the front of your leaf. You can see, making sure there's a good covering. Don't worry about getting it onto the cling film on the bowl because that is going to get covered anyway. And then turn your leaf over and cover the back of it with your glue. And that's it. That's the base of your bowl started. And then you'll not be surprised to learn that the next thing you're going to do is take another leaf and repeat the process. So you'll see that I start to put some glue onto the cling film so that I can glue the leaf down. You can apply it to the leaf, you can apply it to the cling film. I recommend applying plenty of glue to both, to be honest, and make sure that you're doing like I am here, overlapping the leaves. If you don't overlap them sufficiently, you'll just end up with holes in your bowl, and depending if what you're using it for, if it's just a little decoration, that probably won't matter. And if you want your bowl to be quite sturdy, you're probably going to want more than one layer of leaves. I'm doing one layer, but I'm overlapping them quite a bit. And I'm making sure I've got the surface I want at the top of the bowl. So I'm turning the leaves so that they're all pointing upwards when the bowl's the right way up. Once you're happy with how thick it is and the effect you've got, then it's time to hold it all in place. So we're back to our trusty cling film. I'm going to need another piece to place over the bowl. The reason I did this is to hold the leaves down, because you'll find that when you're gluing them, they tend to stick up and return to the shape they want to be. So just place your cling film over and smooth it down. Now be careful, you don't want to move your leaves. You don't want to make holes in your bowl. So you'll see I just keep patting it and pressing it. And I'm just really looking for the bits that are sticking up and securing them down. So make sure you're happy that it's smoothed down to give the surface and the finish that you want when your bowl is finished. And then I'm going to talk you through how to get this so that it will actually dry. So peel your cling film back a little bit just to reveal the edges of your bowl. and then they will start to dry. If you take all your cling film off or you don't cling film it, it'll really struggle to hold the bowl together. So what I've found is the best thing to do is to keep coming back and peeling a bit more up, and then it will dry a lot quicker. I assume if you just leave it on, it'll dry eventually, but I haven't tried. I tend to just keep coming back. And as you can see, if a little bit when you peel it up, the leaf just pops up, just put your cling film back down for a while. But you can see what's happening is there's a smaller and smaller area covered with the cling film. So I'm still holding that cling film on the top there. And then if that's dried enough to hold flat, take off the cling film and just leave it all to dry. And I recommend leaving it overnight, making sure it's properly dry. Once you're happy it is properly dry, it's time to take it off the bowl. So if you're using a bowl that you've just greased, you're just going to have to prise it off. And I do suggest you make sure it's really dry because it feels quite brutal. If you're using the cling film, you'll see that I'm able to prise it off reasonably easily because the cling film is coming off with the autumn bowl. Just work your way around, take your finger in, and then just pop it off. And that's it, you've got a bowl. Now you'll find, usually, unless you've left it a very long time, that there's still some wet glue against that cling film. So if there is, I recommend that you leave it to dry. And then once you're happy it's all dry, it's up to you what you do with the cling film. One technique is to rip it off so that it's only on the inside of the bowl. And if you find that's a little bit messy, you can simply cut it off so it just covers the inside of the bowl. Or my preferred option is to make sure everything's completely dry and then remove the cling film altogether. You just peel it off, and it feels quite brutal and you worry about your bowl, but in my experience your bowl survives just fine. And there you go, you've got your bowl complete. So then you can decorate it. You could use some fake felt leaves to pop in there like these. If you want to see the link for how I made those, that's down below the video. Or you could simply go out and collect some nice autumn goodies like these acorns and place those in your bowl. Or how about just the bowl on its own? So thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please give me a thumbs up below if you have. And please subscribe if you want to see all my videos as soon as they're released. Thanks for watching and good luck with your bowl.